Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In today's Walking Dead Top 10, I'm going to be discussing the top 10 choices that did not matter in Telltale's The Walking Dead. Again, I'm going to highly state I'm not including The Walking Dead Michonne and The Walking Dead 400 Days, as I feel none of those choices are top 10 worthy. These choices will all be inclusive of Seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want you guys to leave your list down below in the comments. And if you'd like to see another one uploaded this weekend, if we could hit 2,000 likes by Saturday, I will do another top 10 Walking Dead video this weekend. What I mean by choices that don't matter, for people that are wondering, these are choices that don't change the story, that are intended to change maybe a character's mindset, attitude, fate, but they don't impact them at all, and they basically, again, continue a linear story path and don't branch it off into different things. So, let me know your list down below in the comments. Again, there's tons of choices I could put on this list, but again, these are my 10 ones that I think are the most lazy, that really don't impact the story. But again, you guys are entitled to your own opinions. Leave them down below in the comments. And if y'all want to see more Walking Dead content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, have them set to all, so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank y'all so much for watching, and let's get straight into number 10.
Look, maybe there's another way. We've got a rear gate down at the other end of the airfield. We don't use it much, but, well, we could leave tonight, all three of us.
At my number 10 option, I picked the choice of staying at night at the airfield or leaving in the morning. This is basically going with Tripp or Eleanor. Going with Eleanor, you snuck out at night. Going with Tripp, you waited until the morning and left. They kind of tried to hint this New Frontier is synonymous with a lot of these choices that make you think they matter. Because they're saying, oh my goodness, if we go with Eleanor, Tripp might get angry at us and not let us back into Prescott. Or if we go with Tripp and wait, what if we waited too long and one of Javier's family members dies or is, hurt even more than they could have been? But in essence, the only thing that really matters with this choice is just dialogue. Because Tripp or Eleanor, either one will be there. You've got Tripp basically with the car. You got Eleanor basically with the horses. And all the things they hinted at that could have changed it didn't happen. Tripp doesn't really get angry at you. Nothing happens to Javier's family. So all that little hinting that they were having didn't really matter. Again, this was just basically dialogue changes. So let's move on to our next choice.
And how is it that we're repaid for our trust? With treachery? With deceit? With theft?
What's going on?
I don't know, Clem. Whatever you were planning is over. It's done. You can't just run from your problems. You can't just up and leave when it gets tough. Because there's nowhere else you can go where it ain't. Tough is all we got now. Get that through your fucking skulls.
At my number 9 spot is a choice in The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 3. This choice is simple. It's either do you admit to stealing the walkie-talkie or not. This choice means absolutely nothing because Kenny, regardless of what you say, will stand up for you. Even if you want to admit it, that you stole it. Because thinking, oh, if you admit to stealing the walkie-talkie, Carver might give you a slap or a lesson. Like how he kind of made Carlos do with Sarah. But no matter what, that choice ends up being that Kenny will admit it, and then Carver ends up beating up Kenny. This was actually one of the main choices in this episode, which shocked me. There was literally no difference other than Kenny, because Kenny does the exact same thing. But this choice didn't mean anything, so it's one of these choices that I wish, there could have been some little consequence, even though, you don't really want to see Clementine get any repercussions. Definitely would have made the story a little more interesting if they actually made this choice matter. Let's move on to our next one. At my number 8 spot is a choice in The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1, and that is to give water to the dying man or not. This choice just flat out sucks. We want to know stuff about Krista, about this fight that happened in the middle of the river, and we don't get an answer to it. Because we know this is one of the 3 bandits that was with Krista in the woods. Maybe we'll get some kind of answer if we give him the water. But he just says thank you and dies. If we don't give him water, he'll just say no, please, and he'll pretty much die. So either way, we don't get any benefit of giving him the water. And plus, if we keep the water and don't feed him, we actually can use it to give it to Pete if we go with Pete. But if we don't go with Pete, then that doesn't really matter either. So this choice, it just flat out sucks. Because we don't get really anything out of it, anything meaningful, anything important. You know, maybe, for example, if he'd somehow survived, we gave him the water, something important. Maybe if we ran into him in a future episode, something important could happen if we gave him the water. But didn't really matter. So let's move on to our next one.
Give it up now and get down here.
I think they need a little incentive.
Prissy! You heard her? I'll kill you!
At my number 7 spot, I picked a choice in The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. And this choice is to either surrender at the gates of Prescott or open fire. Either way, you make this decision. You think maybe, Francine, you could save her life if you surrender yourself to them. But either way, she dies. Either way, Prescott's gates get rammed with walkers. Either way, pretty much everyone in Prescott dies. Another minor decision that really could have been major if choices actually mattered. We can also look at how Conrad looks at this. Even if you surrender and try to help out Francine, not just shoot, he'll still be mad at you, regardless of what decision you made. This choice was just a big F you to a bunch of us that really thought we could have made some difference here. But fortunately, this choice sucks. Let's move on to our next one.
Hey, so, is she gonna be okay? Cause what happened down there? That was straight fucked up. I don't want her freaking out and getting me in trouble.
I'll take care of her. You don't have to worry.
Good, good. Cause I'm awful at that stuff. Look, Bill's had it out for me ever since I helped those guys escape, so I gotta concentrate on my work.
At my number 6 spot is a choice from The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 3. This choice is to help Sarah with her chores or not. This choice, I mean, most of these choices you're going to notice, they're either Season 2 or Season 3. These choices suck. Like, if you help Sarah, good, Sarah has her chores done, maybe she feels a little happier with you. But does it change anything in the future with Sarah and you? Absolutely not. Does it affect Reggie's life in any way? Absolutely not. Does it affect how Carver feels about any of you guys? Absolutely not. Either way, Carver's going to be mad, blaming Reggie for this, and he's going to throw Reggie off the damn roof. Sarah's not going to change her mindset with you at all. This choice just sucks. I mean, what is the impact of it? Because Sarah doesn't show anything different towards you. And you're going to notice a common trend that I see with a lot of these choices. Dialogue is the only difference. So, it's unfortunate. This choice could have been so much better. Let's move on.
Last rule.
No.
What do we do if I get bit? Are you gonna make me say it? Fine.
As much as I love The Walking Dead, the final season, this choice, yeah, it didn't matter at all. We thought it did at the time, but this was a big props to Skybound Games and, you know, the trolling they did with this choice. You know, they had us in the first half, not gonna lie. But the choice of either, you know, killing Clementine or leaving her to turn does not mean absolutely anything in this, because Clementine ends up living regardless of the choice. My initial thoughts were that this choice was basically going to be the Lee choice. Same thing broken down. Either kill or leave. But, you know, what they did with Clementine, they kept Clementine alive. Thank God they did this. I'm actually happy this choice didn't matter because Clementine survived and we got our happy ending. But if it didn't happen, you know, then this choice would definitely be up in some of my best choices. But let's move on to our next one.
We're not gonna hurt you.
Don't listen to them, Ben.
Please, just let us go. We're not a threat to you.
Kid, chill out. We'll try to help you, but you gotta shut the fuck up.
Lee, this is fucked up. We've gotta help him. Please!
Ben, shut up. My dad was Special Forces. I know what I'm doing.
Just see if you can get him out. After that, you can leave us or whatever. I don't care. Please!
At my number 4 spot is a decision in The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 2, as the chop off David's leg or not. The big thing with this choice is determinacy, and does anything actually matter if you chop his leg off or not? If you don't chop off his leg, basically, he dies, gets eaten by the walkers, but Travis, the idiot, walks in front of Mark's gun and gets shot, and they bring him over. He turns into a walker. He basically is killed. If you chop off the leg, the same thing happens, except David's the one that you bring back. He turns into a walker. He dies. Travis ends up tripping over a rock and dies to the walkers. The big thing about this is their lives really don't matter, and the same thing happens just to the different character. I really hate this choice because really you're trying to save a life. In essence, it doesn't really make a damn difference. So, let's find our number 3. At my number 3 spot is Save Duck versus Save Sean. This is the first choice in The Walking Dead, and it's kind of a sad truth that it shows what's to come. Illusion of choice, thinking that the person you don't save will live or die. Again, I wish this would have been more like Carly and Doug, but if you try to save Sean, it doesn't matter. He dies regardless. And Kenny will be kind of disappointed that you didn't go for Duck, but if you try to save Duck, he'll live, but Sean will die. Kenny, no matter what, will try to save Duck, so it doesn't even matter if you don't pick Duck, because Duck will be fine. And even if you try to save Sean after helping Kenny with Duck, it doesn't matter. Sean will die. I really liked Sean Green, but again, with the comic book connection and all that, they really couldn't keep him alive that long. And it's unfortunate this choice really didn't have that much of an impact on anyone other than Kenny and how he felt. You know, for example, if you try to help Duck, Kenny will reference saying, we let that boy die. Referencing you and Kenny both being responsible. But not really a big fan of this one. Let's move on to number 2.
This has to be done. Sorry, pal. I gotta do it.
Whoa!
Stop! He's awake!
He's still bitten.
So?
This is about trying to save him. At the very least, buy him some time. Do we have to cut it off, though?
Do we know it works?
At my number 2 spot is chopping Lee's arm off versus not in The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 5. Another one that we thought maybe could be a huge difference, but it turns out it was too long around the process to chop off Lee's arm. It's been about, after the pass-outs happened, probably been like an hour or two, and unfortunately, if you do chop off Lee's arm, there won't be as many pass-outs, but he will die regardless of the decision. And I just, fortunately, I wish this choice would have mattered. I really do wish somehow, some way, it would have been soon enough to where Lee could have survived. Because a lot of people are comparing to how Clementine miraculously survived to Lee, but in my opinion, I think they pretty much confirmed it was a little bit longer along the process for Lee, so that's why chopping off the limb didn't really affect that. So I just want to say that is an unfortunate case, but that's why I have it at number 2, because this choice didn't really mean anything other than just less pass-outs.
Dash of meds?
No. Take whatever you want, but don't take the medicine. It's for my sister. My older sister, she's sick. The pain makes her cry, and that makes those things come. Please!
Is it just you and your sister?
No. I have many friends. In the woods.
Sister or not, we could really use that stuff.
No! You are not nice people!
So at number 1, I'm going to combine 2 choices. The first one being stealing Arvo's medicine or not, and remember, the church, Kenny, and Luke either going early at night with Rebecca or not. Both of these choices are connected together, but it's probably the biggest unfortunate circumstance of the season. Other than episode 5, season 2 choices really do suck. They really are probably some of the worst in a Telltale game that I can remember. This first choice simply being, do you want to take the bag with Arvo's supplies, maybe use them in the future for some need, or do you want to give them back to Arvo, maybe to avoid future conflict? If you take the medicine, all you really could do is give it to Rebecca. Does it really impact if Rebecca lives or not? No, it's just more extra unneeded dialogue that really is baloney. And Jane will try to kill Arvo regardless, even if you try to steal the supplies or not. Throw them away. Arvo, despite even if you did not steal his medicine, he will still try to attack you, which I think is a bunch of BS. It really is. He lied about his sister too, because I don't even believe his sister was sick, which makes this choice completely pathetic. And then you've also got the church part. There's that decision. You know, Kenny and Luke, they're fighting. Maybe we should go before Rebecca gets too sick, or maybe we should wait a couple days, let Rebecca rest. And there's this church that we never get to see in The Walking Dead episode 5. I don't know if they ever had planned this out to where this decision would actually make us find a church or not. But we never even ran into one. So again, season 2 has so many baloney choices that I could literally make an entire top 10 list on season 2 itself. But as for the video, that's been it. This is my top 10 choices that didn't matter in Telltale's The Walking Dead. Maybe I'll make a part 2. Remember, we hit that 2,000 like goal. I'll highly consider make another list with 10 other choices. Since again, there's so many I could put on this list. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you made it this far, subscribe for more Walking Dead content. Make sure you smack a like. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. And we'll catch y'all for the next Walking Dead video. Till then, peace and love, everybody. Hope you all have a great day.